Good morning, my dear friends. Welcome to GradeUp, India's largest e-learning platform. Twinkle, good morning. How are you? Is audio and video is clear? Is the audio and video is clear to all of you, my dear friends? Just you inform to me. Is the Thank you, Vishal. Good. Thank you. Good morning, Vishal. Vamshi, good morning. Now we will move on to the topic. And my dear friends, if you have any queries in the last class, just you try to type it here. Then we will move on to the actual elements today. If you have any queries, feel free to ask me. Atul Pandey, I hope yesterday you are there. I hope I was not observed you yesterday. Sanket Kulkarni, good morning. Now, move on to the element. Yeah. Yeah, this is Balaji Gupta Tangutori. Having 17 plus years experience in teaching and 8 plus years experience in GATE and other competitive exams training. I did my undergraduation from JNTH and post-graduation from IITM and industrial engineering, engineering mechanics, fluid mechanics, drawing. These are the subjects I am handling for various competitive examinations. I was mentored more than 30,000 aspirants for various competitive exams. And yesterday we come across it with drawing introduction and instruments to be used in drawing. From that topic, you have any queries, my dear friends? Just if you have, just you try to type it here. Then we will move on to the today's elements. That is, what are the different types of lines we are coming across in drawing? Along with that, what are the various dimensioning systems we are using? These two things we will discuss in today's lecture. Good. Meanwhile, if you have any queries, try to type it here. If you don't have, then I can able to give it. Yeah, not a problem at all. Just in the chat box, I was not observed you in the yesterday's class. That's why I asked you. Good. Now, Siri, good morning. And my dear friends, if you have any queries, try to, thank you, my dear friends. Now we will move on to the next element. Actually, yesterday we were missed one particular topic, that is B type of sheets and C type of sheets. What are these? So first of all, I will give the important points what you have to remember in these. That is, all sheets, the sheets which we are going to use should have aspect ratio as, always the aspect ratio of sheets should be 1:√2. 1:√2, or some people may write it as √2:1. √2:1. From standard size onwards. Standard size onwards, length will be less, breadth will be more. We are going to use 4 type. And once if it is above that size, normally if it is a series, If it is A series, we are going to use A4, A5, A6 and so on imported. A2, A3, A1, A0 will be used in landscape. So we are going to use like this. So in this case, it will become root 2 is to 1. Root 2 is to 1. Now, what are the various elements we have to remember for type A sheets? So I am going to give the brief information of this one. This is based on area based sheets. So what is the largest size in a standard? A0 will be considered as the standard size. Its area is going to be 1 meter square, and its size, what is its size? X0 is to Y0 is equal to 4th root of 2. 4th root of 2 is to 1 by 4th root of 2. Therefore, this is you will get it as 1189 by 841. Is it clear, my dear friends? So 1189 by 841. I hope this one we have discussed. Then A1 is half of A0. Half of A0 means its area is going to be 1 by 2 meter square and size is going to be 840 by 594. It is already, you are not aware of it. Then area of anything AM sheet is equal to 1 by 2 power m meter square, or otherwise 2 power minus m meter square. And number of, so remember, when index denominator an, if n increases, size of the sheet reduces. Now number of an sheets obtained from AM sheet. So AM sheet means here m value is less than n. M value is less than n is equal to 2 power n minus m. I hope yesterday itself I gave one numerical also we are considered from this. Now another one is you have to know what is meant by GSM. That is grams per square meter. Grams per square meter. Good. Now after this we will enter into the new element, my dear friends. Don't worry. Means if it is 80 GSM, what is the meaning of it? 1. A0 size sheet will have 80 grams. 80 grams. Why, sir? Square meter is there for A0 Cs. That's why it is considered as 80 GSM is going to be considered like this. Now, sir, up to this it is okay. What is B type of sheets, sir? B type of sheets. Are you aware of B type of sheets anyway? Are you aware of B type of sheet? Anybody is aware of it, my dear friends? If you know it, just you tell me. If you don't know, don't bother, because normally in the competitive examinations you will get this type of questions. Even though if you don't know, I will give the information how we can able to get it. Now B type of sheets are nothing but B type of sheet is a geometrical mean of consecutive A type of sheets. Mean of two consecutive A sheets. I can't able to understand this statement, sir. What is this word consecutive A type of sheets? For example, all of you observe B n is equal to geometrical mean of A n minus 1 comma A n minus 1 comma A n. So for example, what is B1 size? B1 is the geometrical mean of A0 and A1. A0 and A1. So what is A0 size? Just now you know it is 1189 by 841. What is A1 size, sir? A1 size is 841 by 594. Sir, what is meant by geometry? If x and y are two values, the geometrical mean of x and y is the geometrical mean of x comma y is dash. What is that? Root of x into y is considered as geometrical mean. Therefore, if I want B1, what is this size, sir? What is this size? Just you try to multiply these two and take the square root of it. You also try, my dear friends. If you do like this, if you have any doubt in the exam also, you can able to get the answer for these. 1189 into 0.841 square root of we can able to give. So actually you have to take 1.189. So I hope, what is the answer can you able to give? I hope you did. Just you give the answer. 1189 by 841. Square root of answer you can able to get 999.97 is nothing but 1000 mm. Or otherwise in meters also you can able to consider. We are going to get it as 1000 by. What about the second one? My dear friends, is it clear? Just you try to respond, because if you do like that only you can able to get more information. Yes, it is a two consecutive. Okay. Remember, so B type of sheet is a geometrical mean of two consecutive A type of sheets. This is the basic principle, my dear friend. In order to get B sheet, it is going to be considered as geometrical mean. So A type of sheets means if I want BN sheet, then we have to take the geometrical mean of AN minus 1 and AN. The geometrical mean of these two can able to give this. So now if you observe, A0 size you know, A1 size you know. If you multiply these two and if you take a square root of it, we can able to get it like this. Therefore, B1 is nothing but 1000 by 707. B0 automatically you are aware of it, 1414 by 1000 by 1000. Here also if you observe, here also we are going to get the aspect ratio as 1:√2 or √2:1. √2:1. Vishal, is it clear? The character of the B type of sheets is, it is the geometrical mean of two consecutive A type of sheets. Is it clear? Now, sir, you said this one, I will accept it. Where we are going to use it, sir? In order to work it out on A type of sheets, A0 sheet, you required B type of board. B type of board. Board is nothing but, you are already aware of it. Normally, in order to work it out on it, 1500 by 1000 board they are going to use. If you want to check it out, B0 board they will give. Sir, if it is 1414, why they are giving it as a 1500, sir? Because this is the actual size, but the manufacturer or otherwise carpenter can't able to know all these characters. That's why we will give to him as 1500. And this one is going to be 1000 by 750. Board sizes. These are the actual board sizes, but this is the sheet size. But board size, don't worry, my dear friends. But you go ahead with only B sizes. Sir, where we are using? Anybody can able to give? Where? Are you come across this type of sheets anywhere in our career? Or we are not come across this? Anyone, my dear friends? Anybody have the idea? Who is most frequently using this particular B type of sheets? Do you have an idea? But you are already come across it, my dear friends. In India, previously, before ISO, we used it. What happened? Vishal only is giving the response. Remaining people, are you just listening, or you know you are not aware of it? Not a problem. Even though whatever you know, you try to give it, my dear friends. So, are you observe judiciary? Judiciary system. Okay. Okay, judiciary, if you observe, the lawyers, whatever they are going to use, they are not A size of sheets. They are going to be used B type of sheets. If you observe, they are going to carry the papers like this. They are going to carry the papers like this. They are not A type of sheets, sir. They are going to be B type of sheets. Is it clear, my dear friends? That is B4 sheet. B4 sheet they are going to be used. Is it clear to all of you? And revenue, nowadays they are changing. Remember, nowadays they are changing. Even 5 years, 10 years back also. Even now old cases, if they want to argue, they will go ahead with B type of sheets. Now, which country is still using this B type of sheets? Which country? Is using this B type of sheets? Anyone can able to answer this? Anyone? Try to give. Which country can able to expect? Can able to guess which country for documentation B type of sheets they are using? Nowadays also B type of sheets are used by which country? United States of America, still they are using. No, in our country it is already transformed to A type of sheets, but still revenue wise and judiciary cases only we are using it. We are using it, but even they are also transforming from B type of sheets to A type of sheets. Is it clear? Okay, thank you. No problem. Because just I have to know whether you understood or not. Just at least you show the symbols. If I ask whether it is clear or not, if you show the symbol, if it is clear to you, then I can able to move further. If you can't able to understand, I can able to explain further more points. Okay, my dear friends. So still in United States of America, they are using B type of sheets for documentation also. Good. Okay, thank you. Now, what about type C sheets, sir? Type C sheets. Are you aware of type C sheets, sir? Anybody have the idea? I hope most of the people are not come across this one also. This is very simple, sir. This is the geometrical mean everywhere. In type A, type B, type C, whenever we are moving, we are going to take the geometrical mean. C is the geometrical mean of A type of sheets and B type of sheets. A type of sheets and B type of sheets. For example, what is the size of C naught? This is the geometrical mean of A naught comma B naught. That is equal to geometry. What is A naught, sir? A naught is going to be 1189 by 841. B naught is the size of 1414 by 1000. Actually, even I don't know all this. Just I will remember the concept. If anybody asks, I will do the calculation only. What is the answer for this? So it is going to be C naught size is going to be 1296 by 917. 917. Is it clear, my dear friends? This is the type C sheets. This is about type C sheet. Sir, where we are using type C sheets? This is used for covers. Sir, in order to, because once if you observe some important documents like which should not be foldable like certificates, they have to send it in a envelope. What is that size, sir? In order to post A4 size sheets, in order to send A4 size sheets, they will take a envelope of more than A4 size, more than A4 size sheet. That is considered as a C4 envelope. C4 envelope. So in order to post A naught, which envelope is required? C naught. You observe. Here you observe, my dear friends. A size is less than C size, less than C size. Therefore, we can able to say, we can order to post or otherwise in order to store, in order to keep it in a cover. For storing A naught, we need C naught cover, C naught cover, that is. So if you observe, B size is a larger one because B naught is a larger size than C naught, then A naught. So this is the order. If they ask which sheet is he having larger in size, because based on these you can able to get the idea. Up to this it is more than sufficient, my dear friends. You try to remember a type of sheets we are using and it is based on area based, and the formulas are also I gave to you. And next one is B type of sheets is currently mostly they are using in United States of America, and even in India, few places still they are not transformed. Nowadays they are trying because immediately they won't do it. That is judiciary and revenue. They are going to use this particular thing. If you observe the old bond papers, nowadays the bond papers are getting in A size. I am not opposing that. Old bond papers, if you observe, they are in B4 size. B4 size. Whereas C is used to as a envelope or a cover. We are going to use it as a covers or envelope. Unfolded sheets, if you want to send, we are going to use these. We are going to use these. Up to this, is it clear, my dear friends? Up to this, it is clear? Good. Now we will move on to the next element, that is lines to be used in drawing. Yeah, thank you. Now, what are the various lines we are coming across in drawing? Because roughly you tell me, my dear friends, how many lines you are aware of in drawing? How many lines? What are the lines you are aware of it? No, bond paper they are making now, executive bonds they are making now as a type of sheets. But I am giving judiciary bonds. I will show it to you. So judiciary bonds, previous one, whenever we are observed the old one. And meanwhile you try to give what are the judiciary bond papers means like this. Actually You are not, actually this size is this much. So judiciary bond papers, not nowadays, not nowadays. I am repeating once again. Now they are also converted into A type of sheets. Old documents, if you observe, they are in B4. Old documents, they are in B4. Now they are coming with A4 only. A4 only. Is it clear? Yeah, Vishal, you said 3 to 4. I will draw them. Are you aware of these things or not? You tell me. Continuous thick line. Continuous thin line. And next one is dotted line. Next one is a chain line. Okay, these four only, or any other types of lines are you aware of it? Any other type, are you aware of it? Anyone? Dotted line already shown. It is nothing but dotted lines. This is a chain line. It is a continuous line. This is a, it is a thick and it is going to be thin. Apart from this, okay, good. Remember, apart from these, do you know totally 11 lines are there in drawing? We will come across with 11 lines in the drawing. What all are those lines? So we will come across with A to K. Type A line to type K line we have to come across. Is it clear to all of you, my dear friends? One after other I will explain. Finally, I will give you a consolidated table also. So first of all, type A line. Type A line. So what is this type A line, sir? So few elements together in one diagram. I will show it to you. Don't worry. It is called continuous line. Continuous thick line. How you can able to represent? It is a continuous thick line. Normally, some people may write it as a line. Some people may write it as a continuous thick. Continuous thick. Because why, sir? Sometimes once if you are going to construct one particular object, it is going to also have the curves. That's why we are going to consider as a continuous thick. Sir, where we are using them? Where we are using them? These to be used in projections. I'll give the clear difference between your projections and projectors later. And actual objects, actual drawing is going to represent with type A line. So I will show this one in a diagram. Don't worry, my dear friends. All together in some place I will show it. Okay, what about the next one? Type B. What is type B? It is a continuous thin line. Continuous thin. Continuous thin. We are going to represent like this. For your clarity, I am drawing it as a thin, my dear friends. Where we are going to use it? Where we are going to use it? Construction lines. Construction lines. Projectors. And supporting lines. Supporting lines. I will show few of them. All these. Try to remember in a single diagram. I will show all these things. Don't worry. Okay. Up to this you try to remember. Continuous thick is the actual object to show it. Continuous thin is to be used. Continuous thin is to be used to represent the construction lines, projectors and supporting lines. Projectors and supporting lines. Is it clear to all of you, my dear friends? Good. Now, so what about the remaining, sir? Type C and type D. Both I am going to explain simultaneously. Type C and type D lines. They are called jig-jog lines. These two are called jig-jog. They are going to term it as jig-jag lines. Thank you. So, what is this jig-jog lines? Are you come across this, my dear friend, anywhere? Are you come across the jig-jog lines anywhere? But you are observed, but you may not observe this particular thing. So just you observe, I am going to draw. And observe, both are called zigzag. Both are called zigzag lines. But where we are using it, can you able to give the, anybody is having the idea where we are going to use this element? Anybody, try, my dear friends, not a problem. My God, it is not in medical terms, my dear friend. It is not in medical terms. In drawing, where we are going to come across this. In drawing, where we will come across this. My God, you are moving on to all the places. My God, again you are giving the same. Because Siri, whatever they said, you are also giving the same, Vishal. Yes, to represent Shivangi Yadav, you are perfect. Sir, whenever it is a long dimensions, like, let us consider, there is no change in the properties. There is no change in the properties. So, for example, it is a screw jack. I hope majority of you are aware of this particular element. Means in order to lift the heavy loads, they are going to use screw jacks, sir. They are going to have the base like this. Sir, here, as compared with this head, the rod length will be very high, sir. Rod length will be very high. So if they are going to show it as a 50, but they are going to show it as a 5000 also. This is 50 mm, this is 5 meters. So like this, even very lengthy bars they are going to use. Sir, as compared with this, is it 100 times? No, sir. Once if you give this particular thing, it is called broken object. Why we are going to make the things? So it is going to use to represent the broken objects. Broken objects. Sir, for representing the broken objects, why you need two types of lines, sir? Why you need two types of lines? Yes, that is correct, Atul. So in case of beams, it is a very huge length is there. Then if the system is having the same properties, instead of showing that length, they will break at the inner portion, they will show only extreme and extreme ends, and remaining things they won't consider. Means whenever they give the break, means it is a very long object. So here you remember, whenever it is a short broken object, so whenever it is a short broken object, we are going to represent like this. I will show the diagram also. Short broken object, it is a long or large broken objects. We are going to show it like this. So I will show this one in a diagram for your clarity. Just I will wait a second. One second, my dear friends. Long broken objects and short broken objects we are going to use like this. Now let us consider this particular object. You will get the clarity, my dear friends. If you observe the meaning here, if you observe, my dear friends, you can able to get the clarity. So here depth is 1 inch only, length is 100 feet. 100 feet, 1 feet. So once if the thickness is very less, the breaking object is very small, we are going to show like this. But once if you observe, it is not 1, it is 20 inches, very long. Therefore, we are going to show it as a zigzag. Zigzag, long broken object and short broken objects. Here also, if the length is more, if you are going to break in the height direction or breadth direction, breadth is small, so we are going to use a strong short broken object. Once if it is a lengthwise, it is high. That's why we are going to show it as a long broken objects. Is it clear to all of you, my dear friends? Is it clear? If anybody is having the doubt, I can able to take few more examples for these and I can able to explain to you. Up to this it is clear? Yeah, thank you. Yes, simple, my dear friends. If you take like this and if you break it, so it is a short object, sir. We can able to show it as a zigzag of continuous. And next one, if it is a road, let us consider there is a highway. Sir, from beginning to ending, the same breadth is there. Same breadth is there for the road. Sir, instead of showing the total road, I will take the initial part and end part. In between that, we will remove it. So whenever it is a long broken object is there, we are going to represent with sharp edged zigzag like this. Is it clear? Now, next one is type E and type F. So what all are these two, sir? These two name will be the same. Name will be the same. This is called dotted line. Sir, what is this two difference, sir? One is thick dotted line. This is thick dotted line. And this is going to be thin dotted line. And observe, for your clarity, one I made it as bold, another one is thin. So even you can able to observe what it is. This is the way how to represent thick and thin dotted line. But where we are going to use this, sir? These two are used to represent hidden or invisible objects. In order to represent the hidden or invisible objects, we are going to use dotted lines. We are going to use dotted lines. Sir, what is the difference between these two? in your under first year stage, you are come across it with thick dotted lines only. Thin dotted lines you are not come across. Don't worry, my dear friend. So for that, to get the clarity, I'm going to draw one thing, just you observe it. So I'm going to give some with this, at least you can able to get some clarity. Just wait something, because this type of diagrams you won't get in the undergraduation. That's why you are not familiar. It is not the fault of you. Even though if it comes, they won't explain up to this level. You got a rough idea of this, my dear friends. It is a bench. Backside they made some support to hang it. So let us consider, with the help of these things, they want to keep it on the wall, or otherwise just you observe the object is like this. Then how to draw its front view, sir, if I am observing like this? Now you got the clarity now. Later I will give, once if you observe, do you have the clarity of these two? Can I give it? No, I will give the answer later. The diagram is clear to you? My dear friends, all of you try to follow me in the app, and whenever you have the doubts, you try to send it to me. I will give the answers to those. Now, yes sir, thank you. Now if you observe here, this will be visible to me. That's why I drawn. And this portion is also visible to me. Yes sir, that is also mentioned like this. But this bench will have a flat area here also. Here also it is having a flat area, but for you it is not visible. For you it is not visible. That's why this portion will be mentioned as a dotted line thick. Why, sir? This thick line means it is a invisible from the front object. So the front object is going to cover that particular portion. But why it is a dotted line, sir? Sir, this dotted line, this is an invisible element of the, not front element, it is a back element, some rare element. Rare side means back side. Rare is nothing but back. That one you have to remember. So from now onwards, rare is nothing but back. This is the front object. So the elements which are covered by the front object will be drawn with thick dotted lines. The elements, the portion which is covered by the rare element, means backside element, is going to represent with thin dotted lines. Thin dotted lines. Is it clear to all of you, my dear friends? Up to this it is clear. Just you try to give me thin dotted lines when we are going to use, thick dotted lines when we are going to use. Thin dotted lines are the invisible elements of the rare objects, means backside objects. Thick dotted lines are the elements which are covered by the front side object. Thank you. So this is nothing but type E and F. Next, what about the next one? Type G. Type G element. So what is this type G? We are going to consider as chain line. Chain line. Sir, where we are going to use this chain line? How it is going to be? Straight line, hyphen, 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 straight line. This is called chain line. Remember, after ISO, we are using this type of thing. Before ISO, it is not like this. It is going to be a dot. Both meanings will be the same. Before ISO formation, they used like this in India. But after that, they are using straight line, hyphen, straight line, hyphen, like that. So this is going to be the chain line. Sir, when we are going to use this chain line, sir? When we are going to use chain line? So whenever it is a chain line, it is not the actual, it is going to be a imaginary. So where we are going to use, it is a imaginary object. What is an example for this, sir? What is an example for this? Axis or symmetrical line. Axis is nothing but a symmetrical also. Symmetrical line or axis lines are going to represent with the chain line. Axis line or symmetrical lines are going to represent with the chain line. Is it clear to all of you, my dear friends? Now, next one is type H. What is type H? I'm going to hide myself for a few seconds. Type H. What is type H, sir? So this is nothing but chain line with ends thick. All of you observe. All these together, I will show it in a single diagram. Don't worry, my dear friends. Chain line with ends thick. So how it is going to be? How it is going to be, sir? Straight line, hyphen, straight line, hyphen, like this. But the ends are going to be thick. Ends are going to be thick. Remember, in majority of the textbooks, they make it as a like this. In few textbooks, remember, few textbooks, instead of these, they are going to show like this also. Means arrow. Like arrow also they are going to show, but it is not that much important. Just you remember ends thick. Where we are you going to use this cutting plane? Cutting to represent the cutting plane, which is also called section plane. I hope you are already come across with this in section of solids. Section planes. Sir, what is the difference between a broken object and section plane, sir? Anyone can able to give what is the difference between a broken object and section plane? Try to give, my dear friends. What is the idea you have? Whether it is right or not, I will give. What is the difference between a broken object and section plane? Broken object and section plane. Try, not a problem, because even though if it is wrong, nothing will happen. Broken object means if you take any one element, if you take an element like this, if you do like this is called broken object. But once, yes, correct, Twinkle. So once if you break the wooden piece or anything, we are going to get some zigzag portion you will get. But if you take a hacksaw and if you cut it, If you take a hacksaw and cut it, then it is called section plane. Yeah, because in which way we are going to cut it, that is considered as a section plane. And broken object means asymmetrical manner or irregular we are going to get. Correct, Twinkle and Atul? Excellent. Now let us consider, sir, up to this it is okay. So I will show all these elements with a single object for your clarity. Just you observe. It is a pentagonal object, you are already aware of it. And this is the top view of it. And we are going to draw the reference line as XY line. The reference line as XY line. This is the top view. How we can able to get the front view, sir? By drawing the projectors. So here you have to observe carefully, my dear friends. Do one thing, I won't use this. I will take another one. That will be easy for me. Once this is the case, we can't able to show every element. We'll consider this. Good. Yeah. It is a square prism, let us consider. It is inclined. Then how we have to draw all these things, sir? This is the projector. Good. Now, so the top view is clearly visible to me, sir. Again, we have to find out the center here. What is the center? This is the, by joining the opposite diagonals, we can able to get the center. Initially, everything I was drawn with 2H pencil. Observe, all these are 2H pencil. Now, axis is going to represent with the imaginary line. It is a imaginary line. It can able to goes beyond the object also. It can able to move beyond the object also. But we have to show it as a chain line. Like this. So it is a H. Sir, but the top view of the object will be clearly visible to us. It should be with HB pencil. It should be with HB pencil. It is a visible objects. Front view is a rectangle, sir. Front view is a rectangle. But if you observe, this edge is visible to me. That's why visible edge is this. But this edge is not visible. It is a hidden edge. It is a hidden edge. So here, I hope if you observe, I was drawn so many, sir. Apart from these, I am going to draw one more. Now I hope you got the clarity. This is nothing but a section plane. So here I am going to show different lines. You observe, my dear friends. These are called visible elements are type A. Projectors and construction lines will comes under type B. Axis line will comes under type G. And it is going to be H. It is going to be H. I hope remaining I gave the answer because type C and D I shown it. E and F also shown, but here dotted is also there. This will comes under type E because it is invisible of the actual object only. And F is already mentioned. G and H are over. Is it clear to all of you, my dear friends? Is it clear? Just you caution me, because the visible elements are going to be with HB pencil. Construction lines and projectors are with 2H pencil, and axis is a chain line. Section plane is going to represent with chain line with ends thick. So these are the various elements we are already come across. Now next one, up to H is over. I. So what is I, sir? Type I. I type of line. So it is going to be, it is also a section plane with change of direction. Section plane with change of direction. Section plane with change of direction. Sir, I can't able to understand. No problem. Very simple. So here we are going to draw like this. Up to this way, I cut horizontally. Then I changed my cutting plane direction. I drawn like this. So if you observe in this, ends should be thick. So it should be thick here. And it should be thick here. Wherever the direction is also changing, there also we have to make it as thick. There also we have to make it as thick. This is considered as a section plane with change of direction. Sir, can you able to show it as an example of it? Can you able to show an example for this? Anybody can able to give the answer for this? Anybody, are you observe this type of things anywhere? Anyone, my dear friends? Whatever you know, you tell me. No. Okay, I will show a beautiful example which you are observing in a day-to-day life after showing one particular element. Okay, so first of all, let us consider there is a wooden block like this. There is a wooden block like this. I am going to sectioning like this. Just you observe. So this is going to be the section portion. And once if you remove it, then how it is going to appear, sir? I am going to draw the diagram, whether it is right or not, you check it out. Now here we are going to show whether it is a section portion or not with the help of like this. I hope you are already aware of it. This is called hatching lines. Here I am changing the hatching line direction. Here again I am changing the hatching line direction. Means this portion is related to first one. This vertical is related to this area. and this horizontal cutting is going to be here. This is considered as section cutting plane with change of direction. Okay. No, we won't move the angle, sir. Just you observe. I will show it whether you will accept it or not. I do, because for your practical cases, I am going to show this. Are you observe this one, my dear friends? This is nothing but off section. So if you cut like this, we are going to get this one. If you cut like this, we are going to get this. But in this case, we have to cut like this up to this. Then we need to change the direction. So this is called quarter section. Quarter section will comes under type. So what are the things we come across? This is nothing but H type. This is nothing but I type. This is nothing but I type. So only two are remaining. Up to this it is clear. You tell me, my dear friends. Up to this, is it clear or not? Yeah, thank you. And now, good. And J, K are remaining now. Type J. Type J. So what is this type J, sir? All of you observe. This is thick chain line. Sir, what is the difference between a chain line and thick chain line, sir? So here, you remember, this chain line will be drawn with H pencil. And here it is going to be drawn with HB pencil. This is the difference. How it is going to be the same, sir? But what is the difference between these two, sir? Where we are going to use thick chain line? Very simple. The special features of the surface. Special features. Special features of the surfaces. So in order to show the special features of the surfaces, we are going to use this. Is it clear, my dear friends? I can able to show the best example to you. Are you visualizing this particular element? Now this is the pen, but here if you observe, you can able to know the difference between here, from here to here and from here to here. What is the difference, sir? If you observe, this is smooth, but here it is little bit rough. They use a different material or otherwise rubber. For getting the grip, they make it as a roughening, or they are going to make it as a knurling. Even knurling also I can able to show it to you, my dear friends. One second. Yeah, I got it. Now if you observe this, my dear friends, at this place, in order to remove it, they make it as a straight edges. Carefully observe. Straight edges. Why, sir? In order to have a more grip, so you need more friction. That's why they made it. Even for the watches, if you observe, they can able to make it as a knurling. Why, sir? Or otherwise, you can able to observe this. So for this, at the holding place here, they make it as a straight edges. So to get the more grip, they made it. At the same time, at the handle, we need more grip. So for that, they make it as a, instead of metal, they make it as a rubber, and at the same time they are going to use it for removing the insulations also. That's why they get as a insulated material. So once in the machinery or any of the equipment, if any special features you are giving to the particular surface, particular location in the object, we are going to use thick chain line, thick chain line. So last one is double dotted chain line. What is the last one? Type K. Type K. What is this, sir? Double dotted. Dotted chain line. So they will show the diagram, and where we are going to use, we have to match like that. That's all. So double dotted chain line, straight line. But they are not going to use HB pencil, my dear friends. Are you observed this type of things anywhere or not? Double dotted chain line, are you observed or not? If you know it, you tell me. Otherwise, I will explain. No, not a problem, my dear friends. Don't worry. Are you observe? So whenever it is a flexible, let us consider this is one extreme position of the hand. This is another extreme position of the hand. Sir, once if you draw this, we will think that this is the position. No, sir. It can able to move like this also. One extreme position is this. Another extreme position is this. So whenever it is a movable object, then in order to represent the extreme positions of the movable objects, we are going to use it. So where we are going to use? So for flexible or movable objects. Another extreme is going to represent like this. I will show you, my dear friends. Majority of you are not aware of this. I will show it to you with the help of some particular practical diagram. So here majority we got, just you observe, my dear friends. So here short broken object, this will comes under which category, sir? This is type C. Long broken object, type D, sir. And continuous thick, type A. Continuous thin lines, कोई construction lines नहीं है इधर. So here this is the axis that is symmetrical, that is going to represent E. And continuous thick, you observe, my dear friends, continuous thick they made here. Clearly, or you observe, this is nothing but J. I hope as I gave that name, not continuous thick for special features of it. Means here continuous thick means it is a special feature, means some hardening they made it or some gripping purpose, whatever it may be, we are not aware of it, but it is a special feature is provided to this portion. So here if you observe double dotted chain line, this is going to be K. So this is also, this is one position, this is our extreme position. That's why locus lines are, this is one position, this is another position. These two are going to represent the double dotted chain line. Is it clear to all of you, my dear friends? My dear friends, anywhere if you have the doubt, just you caution me. Then we after this we will move on to the next element, that is called dimensions. Up to this it is clear from A to K. The otherwise I can able to explain once again. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, my dear friends. And my dear friends, at the end of the class, don't forget to give the feedback, because from that only we can able to develop. Okay, based on yesterday, because some people can't able to understand much. That's why I'm going to move at a low phase. Not a problem. Even though grade up is ready to give much time for us to give entire concepts and clarity to the students. Okay, thank you. Now, so don't feel free to give any suggestion to me also. I won't take it as a negative. Now I am going to give it as a consolidated. In a single diagram, I am going to represent all these things. Just you observe. This will be useful to you. Continuous thick, continuous thin, zigzag. Zigzag of two types: short broken objects, long broken object. Thick dotted. Thick dotted means invisible elements, hidden elements of the inner elements, inside elements. Axis of symmetry, or simply we can able to consider as axis. Next one is section plane. After that, quarter sections with change of direction, thick chain line, special features of the surface, and double dotted sign line. What is that, Vishal? Okay, definitely Vishal, because remember, you go ahead with any of the institute. I won't spell out the names, because I was handled this particular subject throughout the India, from Delhi to south, it is up to Kochi. Wherever I took the classes, every time, even though normally as per the given time, I will take more, because in order to give more information to the students, up to whatever I know, I will try to give the entire things to the students. Don't worry, my dear friends. In that fashion, in that particular thing, you don't bother about it. Definitely, I can able to make all the concepts to be very clear to you. Okay, now can we move on to the next element, that is called dimensions. That is called dimensioning systems. Okay, what is this dimensioning system? So what is the purpose of giving the dimensioning system, sir? Anybody? Try, because whatever the idea you have, you try to give. Later on we will move on to this. What is the dimensioning system? And what are the various dimensioning systems are there? Sir, once if you draw an object, we have to show what are its characters, means how much length it is, how much breadth it is. Geometries we have to give. The geometry of the object we have to give. So for giving that geometry, we are going to use different dimensions, like linear dimensions, length, breadth, height. Angular dimensions like angles. Radial dimension like radius or diameter. So dimensions means length, breadth, correct. Dimensions are different. Linear dimensions, angular dimensions, and radial dimensions. Radial dimensions. These three we have to give, sir. How we can able to give? Because in order to give the geometries of the object, we have to give the dimensions of it. In order to know what is the size and relations, we need these things, sir. Now what are the various dimensioning systems are there? There are two types of dimensioning systems are there. Those two I will give. So what are the two types of dimensioning systems, sir? One is called aligned system, another one is unidirectional system. What are the two dimensioning systems? Aligned system and another one is unidirectional system. Aligned system and unidirectional system. Okay, sir. Now, what is meant by aligned system? We'll go in depth of it. Okay. First, we will concentrate on aligned system. So, in order to give the dimensions, how we are going to proceed for the aligned system. So, what is aligned system? How we have to proceed for these? So, first of all, I will take one diagram. With that, I can able to give the total clarity to you. This is an object, let us consider. Sir, how to give aligned system here? So the name itself, it is saying aligned means on the line. On the line system. Okay, sir, before moving into the on the line word, how to give the dimensions? That is important. That is the important term what we have to remember. That is all dimensions should be outside the drawing. Outside the drawing. They should not be inside. They should be outside the drawing. Good, sir. Sir, how to bring the dimension outside? Very simple. Very simple, sir. How to take? Let us consider this is going to be 100. But how we can able to bring it? 100 is from here to here, sir. Therefore, we can able to bring it outside with the help of extension lines. What is that? This is going to be linear dimensioning. Linear in linear dimensioning, what we are going to use? We are going to use extension lines. Sir, how these extension lines we have to draw with 2H? It is a construction. We are taking the help of these to bring the dimensions outside the drawing. With the help of these, we are bringing the dimensions outside the drawing. So this is the supporting lines or construction supporting lines we can able to consider. That's why it is with 2H pencil. How these extension lines should be? The character of this is perpendicular to the dimension. Perpendicular to the dimension. So extension lines are perpendicular to the dimension. And how it should be, how we have to draw it, sir? Just in the diagram, you observe, my dear friends. Now in this, you observe, sir, here the dimension is horizontal from left side to right side, breadth is 100. So we have to draw vertical. So it should be perpendicular means it should be vertical. So even though if it is light, you try to understand, my dear friends, because the extension lines should not be dark. Extension line should not be dark. As compared with that actual object, it should be light. It should be light. That's why I drawn lightly. So this is called extension line. Good, sir. We will bring that 100. Actually, from here to here, it is 100, sir. So we will draw a perpendicular line to it. That is called extension lines. Sir, what about the next one, sir? That is called dimension line. What is the next one? Dimension line. So how that dimension line should be? This is nothing but the line on which we are giving that dimension. The line on which you are giving the dimension is called dimension line. How it is going to be? It is parallel to the dimension. So how we have to write it, sir? Sir, this is the actual dimension. We have to draw parallel. We have to draw parallel. So we have to draw parallel, means we are going to draw like this. Is it clear? Sir, you draw parallel to it, I will accept it. I will accept it, sir. From you said it is 100. You said it is 100. So you have to write 100 like this. It is on the line system, above the line system. We have to draw above that line like this. Okay, sir, 100. But this 100 is from which location to which location? Anyone can able to give? Sir, we know from here to here it is 100. But in order to refer that, whatever the dimension you are giving, from which point to which point, this dimensioning, whatever the dimension you gave, that is 100, is from which location to which location. For that, we are going to use which element? I hope you are already familiar with this. Which element we are going to use for this? What is that element, sir? Yes, perfect. We'll use arrow. We are going to use the arrow for representing. Arrows are going to be used to represent, to give the location, starting reference. Arrow head. Sir, it is going to show the reference. Therefore, it is H pencil. These are important, my dear friends. Reference means H. Construction means 2H. Actual thing is HB. Here if you observe, 100 is the actual element, sir. Actual dimension. That's why I drawn with HB pencil. Means bold. But H pencil, we have to use it here. How it is going to be? How the arrowhead should be? What is the shape of arrowhead? Arrowhead, there are different things are there, sir. Remember, some people may draw, if this is the line, some people may draw like this, like among these four, 1, 2, 3, 4, which is correct? Which is correct? Yes, correct. Fourth one, correct, Siri and Vishal. Good, sir. Actually, if you observe some books, they gave this also. No, first one is not correct, Twinkle, because it is not filled. So, arrowhead is going to represent with a isosceles triangle. It is going to represent with a isosceles triangle. Good, I will ask one more thing. Sir, for this isosceles triangle, sir, we are going to represent it as a isosceles triangle. I will accept it. And it should be filled. It is filled. Then what is the dimension, sir? This is height and this is length. What is the length is to height? What is the length is to height is equal to 3:1. If height is to length is equal to 1:3. Remember what they ask, that is important. Length is to height is going to be 3:1. Height is to length is going to be 1:3. Normally, which one they will prefer first, sir? First preference they are going to give for these. Anybody can able to give? Why 1:3 they are going to give as a first preference, sir? Anyone? Try to guess, my dear friends. Not a problem. Anyone? Guess it. First one, 1:3 only most of the times they will say, sir. Why it is 1:3? If I write L by H, it is going to be 3/1. Na? 3:1. Why they are not using that word? But why they are giving first preference to it only? No, that is correct, my dear friend. Because if you observe, Ishan, if I mention length is to height, 3 is to 1. Height is to length. Height is 1 unit. Length is 3 units. It is 3 is to, 1 is to 3. Because it is an isosceles triangle. For any triangle, B by H will write. B by H will write. Here base is height. Base is 1. Height is going to be 3 sir. That is why 1 is to 3 they will write it. They will write 1 is to height. No, no, Atul, that is not the reason. That is not the reason. Because once it is a triangle, base and height they will say, sir. In this, the base is going to be B, height is going to be altitude. Altitude is 3 times the base. That's why they are going to represent this. And one more important question. This was there, we got this one in few competitive examination. What is the angle of arrowhead? What is the angle of arrowhead? You check it out. They gave different answers, sir. Option A, 15 degrees. Option B, 20 degrees. Option C, 30 degrees. Option D, 45 degrees. What is the correct answer? You tell me, my dear friends. Okay, that is also okay, my dear Atul. Sandhya, Twinkle, both you gave it as C. Good. Any other guess from the other people? C. Siri, you also said C. Good. But the answer is B. How, sir? Remember, just now I said like this. If it is 1, it is going to be 3 times. So if I consider, you need this angle, sir. But first of all, I will find out this angle. How much it is? It is 0.5. This is 1. Sorry, it is 3. It is 0.5 and it is 3. Therefore, theta by 2 is equal to tan inverse 0.5 divided by 3. We are going to get somewhere shift we got it as 9.5 degrees. We'll get it as a 9.5 degrees. Therefore, theta is equal to 19 degrees. So, approximately, we'll consider it as 20 degrees. Approximately, we'll consider it as 20 degrees. Is it clear, my dear friends? Because this is the question we got in one of the state level examination paper. Okay, good. Now, let us consider, sir, okay, sir, up to this we got it. So, we have to give arrowheads. We have to give the arrowheads at both the ends with 1:3 ratio. With 1:3 ratio. Good. Now, what about the other things? Just I am going to draw it, my dear friends. Just you observe if anything I made the wrong or not. Extension lines. Extension line. Wait for a minute. I'll discuss all this. Sir, here if you observe, I am going to give the arrowheads also. Not perfectly I am drawing, just you follow, my dear friends. Good. Now, now here observe. Sir, how to give it? Sir, here there is no doubt. Let us consider it is going to be 20. You wrote like this. But here I am going to draw two things. Here I am going to represent. It is 75. Sir, is this one is correct? Or representing like this is correct? First option is correct or second option is correct? Sir, if I view from here, this first option is correct. If I view from here, second option is correct, which is considered as on the line system. Which can be considered as on the line system. First option is correct or second one is correct? Just you tell me, my dear friends. First one or second one? Vishal, but answer is wrong. It is not second one, my dear friend. First one is correct. Sir, is there any particular reason behind it? Is there any particular reason behind it, sir? Yes, sir. Why? Because if you observe, this is a drawing sheet, sir. These are the borders. And we are going to write the title block here. Title block is on the right side bottom corner. Correct, Siri and Vishal, now your answer is correct. So why we are going to consider the title block to the drawing is available right side bottom corner. Therefore, you have to observe the dimensions either for bottom or from the right. Then only it is going to be correct. Sir, here if you observe, it is 20. Let us consider it here. It is also 20, sir. Sir, instead of giving two dimensions, one dimension is sufficient. Then how we can able to proceed with one dimension? If two dimensions are not required, only one dimension is sufficient, both are same, then we have to represent it as a block like this. So if you represent like this, means it is a both the dimensions are same. Yeah, it is outside the drawing because whatever the module I consider, this is the drawing. These are the extension lines we already brought outside. We are already brought outside. So outside the drawing, not the dimension line. So if I view from here, it is on the line. Is it clear to all of you, my dear friends? Now, once this is the case, drawing a lines inside is not possible. Dimension line is not possible. So that is why we are going to represent the dimension line outside. So in this case, it is called outside dimensioning. Inside it is not possible, sir. That's why we are going to give the outside and we have to give the arrowhead like this. Let us consider in between these, the gap is going to be 3 mm. So we have to write like this. We have to write like this. Is it clear to all of you? These are linear dimensions, sir. Sir, what about this inclination, sir? Very simple. Very simple. 1 second. Okay, very simple. We have to draw a perpendicular line. The same concept I am going to apply. So for this line, draw a perpendicular here. For this line, draw a perpendicular here. Is it clear? Now then we have to draw a parallel line to that. It is going to be it. And we have to give the arrowheads. We have to give the arrowheads. heads at both the places. At both the ends, we have to give the arrowheads like this. And it is going to be represents as some 15 or 25. Is it clear to all of you? These are the linear dimensions, sir. Sir, what about angular dimension? So whenever it is an angular dimension, we have to go like this. We have to draw an arc like this, and we have to give the arrowheads at both the ends. Arrowheads at the both the ends, and we have to mention it should be some 80 degrees. Like this we have to do it. Is it clear? Sir, up to this it is okay, I will understand. But what about radial dimension? Here there is a circle. How to represent the diameter? Here there is a radius. How to represent the radius of it? Very simple. Remember, whenever it is a radius and diameter, this is a special thing. So first of all, we have to locate the center. This is the center for this, and this is the center for this. And for this curvature also, there is a center here from where you observe. Then first of all, you have to draw the ladder line. So for radial dimensioning, for radial dimensions, we have to draw the ladder line. So what is the nature of it? It is an incline, and angle should be greater than 30 degrees. With horizontal or verticals are both. Means the angle should not, the line should not be very close like this, and it should not be very vertical like this. It should be in between. That means the angle should be varies from 0 to 30 to 60 degrees. Means with horizontal it is more than 30, with vertical also more than 30, means it should be in between 30 to 60 degrees. Therefore, how we have to draw it, sir? Let us consider the ladder line. How we have to draw, I am going to show here. So from the center, we have to draw the line like this. It should be more than 30 degrees. Here also, it should be more than 30 degrees, but it should be away from it. So in this case also, it should be more than 30. Are you observing, my dear friends? It should be more than 30 degrees, but less than 60 degrees. Now, afterwards, we have to draw one horizontal line. We have to draw one horizontal line. Whether it is a left side or right side immaterial, we have to draw a horizontal. Here also we have to draw a horizontal. Then how to represent, sir? In the first two cases, it is the radius. So whenever it is a radius, we have to show the arrowhead. We have to show the arrowhead here. Sir, it is inside, no problem. For radial only, arrowhead is allowed to be inside the drawing. But dimension, whatever you are giving, it should be outside. And we have to write here as, one second. So here we have to write it as R20. But here it is R40, let us consider. Sir, once it is a radius, we have to represent it as capital R, and we have to give its units. We have to give its unit. Okay, not a problem. Not a problem, Atul. So ladder means for giving the radial dimensions, we have to draw. So once it is a circle, we have to draw a ladder line like this. So how this ladder line? It should not be horizontal. It should not be vertical. It should be inclined, and it should pass through the center. Ladder line should pass through the center. Should pass through the center of curvature. arc or a circle or semicircle, whatever it is considered as a curve, radial dimensions. So it is. So once if you draw like this, here if you observe, I drawn more than 30 degrees, sir. If you observe, but it is less than 60. Now, in this case, radius we have to write. Radius we have to mention it as. Radius should be mentioned as capital R. Radius should be mentioned as a capital R. But sir, once if I want to draw the diameter, not a problem, sir. So the diameter means one end point on the curvature. And here both the ends of the diameter we have to give the arrowheads. At both the ends we have to give the arrowheads. But the diameter is going to represent as 5. Let us consider it is 30. 5, 30. Up to this, is it clear, my dear friends? Just you caution me. Is it clear? Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Now, sir, this is aligned system. Okay, sir. What is the unidirectional system? Is there any difference, sir? I will explain. What is the difference between a aligned system to the unidirectional system? I will explain to you, my dear friends. So, okay. So, in unidirectional system, what is the difference? What is meant by unidirectional, sir? All the dimensions should be readable from one direction only. Sir, if you observe 75, I have to read like this. This is 25, I have to read in this direction. For remaining, I have to observe in this direction. So, in unidirectional system, all the dimensions can be readable from one direction. All the dimensions can be readable in one direction only. So what is the direction, sir? From the bottom. First preference is from the bottom. Sir, only 75 I have to modify. Okay, you do it. Sir, now is it right or not? You tell me. Is it correct, sir? Sir, if I do like this, is it right? Because all we are reading from bottom. Good. But there is an error, sir. There is an error. Remember, whenever it is a unidirectional system, dimension line should not be a continuous. Dimension line should not be a continuous. We have to break the dimension line at the middle. We have to break the dimension line at the middle. Are you observe? So we have to break the dimension line at the middle and we have to give the dimensions in between. So here it is going to be in between. Previously above the line. It is in between, say 75. It is going to be 25 and it is 80 degrees and it is going to be a square 20. And what about this one, sir? Is it right? No. So the dimension should not be above the line. Dimension should not be above the line. It should be besides the line. One second, my dear friends. Okay. So it should not be above the line. We should draw it as a besides the line. So here we have to draw 3 like this. Similarly, I hope you got the clarity for this. Now you can able to analyze how we have to represent R20. It should not be above, sir. It should be besides. So here also, so we have to write R40. And what about this? I hope you got the clarity now here also. It should not be drawn above it, sir. We have to draw 530. Is it clear, my dear friends? Aligned system and unidirectional system. Which dimension is bidirectional? That is nothing but aligned system is a bidirectional. It is not bidirectional, it is a multi-directional. Sir, I am observing it from the bottom. This is from the right side. It is at some inclination. So it is not bidirectional also. It is multi-directional. Okay. Is it clear? If they gave bidirectional, first you give, if there is no other option, multi-directional option is not there, you give aligned system as a bidirectional. If the multi-directional is given, first preference we have to give it to the aligned system. Aligned system. Unidirectional is this. I hope you understood. Sir, in aligned system, the dimension is given above the line. And dimension line is a continuous line. In unidirectional system, dimension will be given in between the dimension lines. In between, not above, not below. In between. And the dimension line is not a continuous, it will break at the middle. In aligned system, the dimensions can be readable from bottom and right side. So your answer is correct on the time. Vishal, your answer is correct. Right side, bottom side or right side. But inclined dimensions, we have to observe in the right, this corner. This corner means right side, bottom corner side, we have to view into it. Is it clear? And whereas in unidirectional, all the dimensions should be readable from the bottom. These are the things, sir. Sir, apart from these, we have to know some more, sir. What all are these? Here you observe. These are the special dimensionings, my dear friends. Sir, once if I draw, sir, if you observe this one, if you observe this, if I draw a diameter of it, if I draw the diameter of it, sir, is it a circle or a sphere? Is it a circle or a sphere, sir? Anybody can able to give? Anyone can able to give whether it is a circle or a sphere? We don't know, sir. We don't know. Then in order to specify that if it is a sphere, yes, 550 or some 40. Yes, 540. Is it clear to all of you, my dear friends? Yes, 540. Radial representation we have to give beside. Twinkle, I will show it to you. So here if you observe the radial, I am not mentioning this R40 above the dimension line. I drawn it as a beside the dimension line. Besides the dimension line. That one you have to remember. Okay. Now here, once if it is this particular thing, at both the ends we have to give the arrowheads. Once if it is a sphere diameter, we have to give S5. Sir, what about the radius, sir? Sir, we have to locate the center and then we have to draw the radial line. And then we have to draw the radial line. And then it is a horizontal line for a dimension. But we have to give the arrowhead or the circumference of the curvature. And we have to give it as a S or a spherical radius. If you write S, the meaning is spherical radius is going to be 25. Like this you have to give. Sir, what is the difference between these two diagrams, these two? So here in one side, both the dimensions are reduced. This is called taper. And what about this, sir? This is called slope. This is called slope or gradient. Slope or gradient. Is it clear, my dear friends? This is a tapered section. Sir, how to represent this dimension? Whenever it is a tapered section, we are going to give this information like this. 1 in 20. So what is the meaning of 1 in 20? So if you move 20 mm, 1 mm is the reduction. 1 mm is the reduction. Is it clear? This is called tapered. Let us consider here the diameter is some. So here the diameter is 50, sir. 50 mm diameter. So if you move 20 mm, the diameter at this section will become 49 mm. So the diameter is going to be reduced at a rate of this. But how to represent it? How to represent it? We have to show the symbol as isosceles triangle. We have to show the symbol as isosceles triangle. Then you have to write this. So if you represent isosceles triangle like arrowhead, 1 in 20 is the representation of taper. What about the slope, sir? Here also, let us consider 1 in 15 or 10. 1 in 10. So if you move 10 mm, 1 mm is the reduction. So we have to represent it as a right angle triangle. So remember, for representing the gradient or slope, we are going to use right angle triangle. Right angle triangle. So filling is necessary? Not necessary, sir. Just for your clarity, I drawn. So right angle triangle. Here also it is not going to be a fill. It is going to be only isosceles triangle. So once if I use isosceles triangle, then it is a taper. Once if it is a right angle triangle, it is considered as slope. If you observe the ramp is going to represent like this. Ramp is going to represent like this. Is it clear? Now one more thing. Let us consider they make some holes, sir. Then how to represent this information? So we are going to give the extension of it. We are going to give the, okay, this one is not that much clear. I'm going to draw it as again in a besides place. Yeah. So once how you have to represent it, sir? Draw the extension line. Here also extension line. Then dimension line. Then how to represent it? So with the arrowheads we have to give. Let us consider breadth is going to be 40, sir. Okay, 40 it is, I understood. But how much depth they made? So in order to show the deep, we are going to use the symbol like this, 10 mm. So what is the symbol of this, sir? If I use like this, the meaning of it is deep. They make a hole. Deep. They make a drill. Sir, once if you represent like this is a rectangular hole. Sir, once if I represent for like this is a square hole. Sir, once if I represent 540 and this symbol, then in a cylindrical hole, then it is a, sir, if I won't give any prefix to it, then it is a rectangular hole. Means length is this, breadth is not going to be the same. Deep is going to be 10. So from here to here it is going to be 10. Instead of showing here, we can able to show it as a deep. We can able to make a drill like this. Sir, no sir. How much breadth? 40 is there. Depth is also. So it is an object. I make a hole here. I make a hole here. This breadth is 40. But depth is not 40. Other than 40, then we are going to. No sir. How much length it is appears in the front view. Breadth also 40. We make a square hole in it. then you have to show it as a rectangle or a square symbol. Sir, once if it is a 5, means it is a cylindrical hole. They make a drill like a cylindrical hole. Is it clear to all of you, my dear friends? Up to this, is it clear? Within few seconds, I am going to wind up this. And up to this, is it clear? And all of you try to follow me in the app to get the regular updates. Apart from that, whatever the doubts you have, you try to give it to me. Okay, once if you ask the doubts, you can able to grow, even we also. Good. Thank you. Sir, up to this it is okay. What is the font to be used? Font used in drawing. Anybody have the idea? So normally drawings, whatever we are using, lettering should be. Lettering should be freehand, single stroke. Yes. Okay, this one, you try to take it. Now, freehand, single stroke lettering. Sir, here lettering also two types are there. Vertical and inclined. Sir, here you have to remember. Let us consider if it is some B I am going to draw. This is V vertical. Inclined means this is inclined lettering. The thing is, inclined is 75 degrees with horizontal. So inclined is always 75 degrees with horizontal or 15 degrees with vertical. This is important. These two words are important. That's all. Normally they won't ask you or draw the letters of something, but they may ask how many types are there. It is a single stroke. It is a single stroke. Vertical lettering will be there. Inclined lettering will be there. Inclined lettering angle they may ask. And what is the font to be used? Remember, this is one of the important element, my dear friends. This is Gothic. Gothic font to be used in drawing. Gothic font to be used in drawing. Up to this, is it clear, my dear friends? If you have any queries, you try to share with me. I can able to give the answers. Tomorrow, remember, tomorrow most important, you can able to put it as a double star or triple star or how many stars if you want, you take it. That is conic sections. Not tomorrow, on Monday class. On Monday class, it is conic sections. Because remember, my dear friends, if I can able to complete this topic in one day, it is little bit tough for me. If I can able to complete it, no problem. If not, I will take the revision for this and I will do it. I will give each and every corner of the subject. I will touch it and I will give the entire concepts to you. Okay, entire concepts I will give to you. Don't worry. But conics are most important because we can able to get more number of questions. And one more thing, once if you are thorough with this particular case, you can able to answer the questions in section of solids. These two are combined. These two are correlated. Some elements are correlated. With that, you can able to get more clarity. Good. Now, if you have any queries, try to type it here, my dear friends. And don't miss next class, that is on Monday. Monday class, don't miss it. That is one of the most important topic we are going to concentrate on. These two are fundamentals wise. Next onwards, you have to build your concepts. Yeah, thank you, my dear friends. Don't forget to give the feedback. And one more thing, try to follow me and ask as many questions you have. Even whatever the doubts you will get by referring the various textbooks or various materials, whatever it may be, I'll give. Danush, sorry, Darshu. Okay. Just now you type it because up to now I was not observed your name. Okay, no problem. Now, thank you very much. We will meet on Monday. Bye to all. Have a nice day. Bye, my dear friends.